Welcome back everybody to another All Things Nerd video. Today we are going to be going to Exile's Reach, where we are going to be getting under Dark Maul Citadel, the only dungeon on the island. And for those of you that are new to World of Warcraft, Exile's Reach is the new player experience inside of WoW. So if you're creating a new character, it gives you an option to basically do a mini tutorial if you're a brand new player. And yeah, we're gonna be going to Dark Maul Citadel, so let's head there right now. Actually, why not? Let's go head back to Exile's Reach. And as you tell, we're actually in the Barrens right now on the Horde because I'm playing it undead. All right, here we are. We're back at Exile's Reach. We're actually pretty far out in the North Sea, so we need to get on our mount so we don't die. Actually might just be easier if we don't, but we're gonna go head over to, oh yeah, you actually can't see, we're actually in the North Sea right now, so you actually can't see the island at the moment, but we're gonna go head back there, and we're gonna go take a look under Dark Maul Citadel. And the reason I'm playing Horde is I actually started this character to break out originally with Utility Monk from the ATN Discord, so shout out to Monk. If you want to learn Exile's Reach and the secrets that it holds, I highly recommend that you reach out to Monk in the ATN Discord. Awesome dude. He actually has a dedicated YouTube channel on Exile's Reach and exploring it fully. Now, Blizzard actually has confirmed that with the Midnight expansion, they're going to be revamping Exile's Reach and the way that you play through the story and all that. So it's going to catch up new players on the lore and the story of World of Warcraft, so they're not just jumping in blindly. So they're going to be mixing up Dragonflight with Exile's Reach and the War Within, and basically giving you a not only a shortcut to the newest expansions, but helping you understand the lore and the story behind them, so new players aren't as confused when they drop into the game. Now, I don't know if they're going to be completely changing up the map. I just think they're going to be adding new characters and stuff in Exile's Reach, so that you play with, like, on the Alliance you play with Jaina, and you play with you know, big characters like that. So they're going to basically be shaking up the game. Now where we're heading is actually Dark Maul Citadel. That is the only dungeon on Exile's Reach that we have access to. But yeah, let's go head over there and let's go take a look outside the dungeon. So I'll be right back. Okay, we have made it to Dark Maul Citadel, the only dungeon on Exile's Reach, and we're going to be getting underneath Dark Maul Citadel. And how we're going to be doing that is we're going to be getting in the corner to the entrance right over here, and we're going to be jumping up here, and then we're going to be using our sandbox Storm Griffin to get under the map like that. And there we go. So we are officially under Dark Maul Citadel. And one of the really cool things about this is you can see a very, like, backrooms liminal space that goes into the dungeon here. Now, for a lot of people that don't know, there's actually two entrances to Dark Maul Citadel. There is the beginning over here, and then there is a opposite. There's actually, technically, I think there's three entrances. When you actually go into the dungeon and you get out of bounds, there's actually a whole nother entrance that you don't see in the beginning. So you're actually, what's weird is they give the optical illusion like you're going into the dungeon, and then you're actually starting on the other side of it. So you don't actually start on this side. And I'll show you that once we get inside the dungeon, but this is really fun. I love this room, and I love, like, the liminal space too. As you guys know, I'm a big backrooms guy. So I like liminal spaces, and I've done a bunch of liminal space videos before on stuff like that. So it's just a lot of fun to see rooms that just end, but look so familiar from the outside. Now here goes the portal trigger, so we could go into the dungeon whenever we want. But this is underneath Dark Maul Citadel completely. I'm gonna take a couple screenshots here, and I'm actually going to take another screenshot back here as well. Now, a lot of you are probably like, you're not supposed to use toys on Exile's Reach. Yes, I cannot share that with you, how I'm able to use toys. We just entered into the dungeon. I cannot give that secret away, and I apologize to you, but I cannot share that method because it's not mine to give out. I learned it from somebody else, and if we share it out, it's going to most likely get patched really quickly. So I'm gonna run this dungeon real quick, and then I will show you on the other side of what's going on. All right, I have completed the dungeon, and I am currently on top of Darkmaw Citadel. And you know, we got to the very end here. We're in the last boss room. Now, something that you can do, we're gonna break out of the map real quick, and it involves getting in the corner over here, jumping up, stopping, and then jumping out this way. And there you go. We have officially broken out of Darkmaw Citadel and got out of bounds. Now, this is what I wanted to show you all. There is something really interesting on this side of the out of the dungeon, is that there's actually two, like I said before, two entrances to Darkmaw Citadel. And the first one is right here. So this is the actual this is where the beginning of the dungeon starts. So you can see the dungeon portal just barely through the like the seams of the doorway here, like just a crack. You can see that the entrance portal is behind there. That is actually where you start Darkmaw Citadel, and that is the beginning of the dungeon right there. So you actually make your way up and you go this way under here. Something that's really interesting is that there's a whole nother entrance. So they do keep the original entrance over on the other side, and there is a heartstone there that you actually can't even use. It's like the only heartstone in the game, or the meeting summoning stone, or whatever you want to call it, that you can't use in World of Warcraft. So let's go check that out real quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I do want to go over there just because I want to go show you that summoning stone that you're not able to use, but also when we come back, I'll show you something else real quick. I gotta remember how to get back over there. Might have to go around. I'd have to go the long way here, unfortunately. So give me 1 sec. Okay, we have officially made it to the other side of the dungeon. I had to go all the way around, but we made it here. So something that's really cool is there is a summoning stone out here to the actual dungeon, but you can't use it. It's not clickable. And it's kind of neat that Blizzard put a summoning stone in the game that you cannot use. This summoning stone is unusable. Like, you cannot use it. You cannot click on it. You cannot interact with it. You cannot summon people to the meeting stone here, or whatever you want to call it. It's just not usable. So I'm trying to click on it. I'm trying to hover my mouse over it. Nothing works. But here goes the actual entrance that you go in at first to the dungeon itself. So if you remember the beginning of the video, I went under the map, and this is what you're seeing right here under the map. So this is the entrance. Now, if you were to go into here, you can just walk into this room and nothing will happen. So the portal to the dungeon itself is actually on the other side. So now you can see this liminal space room up close in person. So really cool. I thought that this was really fun. You know, Exile's Reach has a lot to explore. If you've never actually done out of bounds exploration for Exile's Reach, I highly recommend that you do. It's really awesome to do. A lot of fun, and I don't know, I really enjoy it a lot. And again, shout out to Utility Monk from the ATN Discord. If you want to know anything about Exile's Reach, he's definitely going to be your person that you're going to want to hit up. He's a good dude. And if we go into the map here as well, let's see what happens. If anything changes or is new, and it doesn't look like it. Pretty much same thing, other than a lot more closed off space. As you can see, this is all closed off. Normally this isn't. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much sums it up for going under Darkmaw Citadel. I'm sure there's a lot more to explore than we can find. Okay, before we end the video, something real quick I wanted to show you was that, as I was talking about earlier, if you were to come back to the original actual entrance to Darkmaw Citadel, you can see the portal behind the doors here. This is where you actually start the dungeon, as you can see. something really interesting happens, and well, I'll show you what happens right now. It actually ports you to your default graveyard. So if you want to skip the actual last quest of Darkmouth Citadel, you can. You can just go directly to the other side and port you to your default graveyard. So of course the Horde is the Barons, and then you have Westfall for the Alliance. So really fun, really cool, and yeah. Guys, I hope you guys have been enjoying these exploration videos as I enjoy making them. They're so much fun, and I really appreciate all of you that subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and comment as well and get involved. If you haven't yet, come join the ATN Discord. It's a lot of fun in there. People are posting pictures in there, walkthroughs, guides. People are very helpful. It's a lot of fun in there. And if you haven't, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps out. And as always, I will see you on the next adventure. Take care.